Everybody, welcome here to the booth at R.L. Hellier Field on Go Hills TV, powered by JBS. I'm Dwayne Cook with our winning head coach, Jim Overturf. A couple of Hy-Vee Warrior wins today. And, Coach, obviously, first thing that stands out, looking at the scoreboard at the end of both of those, is the run outage here. 13 in the first, 10 in the second. The bats came alive today.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about, situations. We've been indoors.
Sure.
Outside of playing some games down south. But, to be here and to be able to put those runs up on our field is huge. I told them that there's no reason we can't go out there and hit the ball, hard and whatever. So there's some situations that we talked about, and we've been working in the cages, and and they saw them, and they delivered. So
home field advantage has been a big factor the last several years, really the history of Indian Hills softball.
Right.
And I know the girls were excited to get out here today. It's a perfect day to play softball, too.
It is gorgeous. We were real concerned this morning. The frost was still coming up, but, it really turned out to be a beautiful day, and it's great to have two games and great to win two games. But, yeah, I'm really pleased with the offense. They hit the ball hard. Even some outs were hard.
No doubt.
That second baseman made some nice plays and some diving catches in the outfield. And I told him, those are part of the game. All you can do is hit it hard. From that point, you have no control. So.
Yeah, I think Olivia Rubel knows better than anybody about the hard outs. That's for sure. Obviously game one, Yara Ziver steps up in a big way, 2 home runs in back-to-back plate appearances, then going back-to-back, obviously, with Ava, who I think that ball still hasn't landed probably over the left field wall. Just shows kind of the power they bring to the middle of this lineup. Yeah,
they do. And, and the thing is, we're missing a young lady that's got just as much power that's been sick. But, yeah, I'm not certain. I've often thought, I don't know if I want to face our 2, 3, 4, and 5, because they're all very capable of hitting the ball hard. And it's nice to have those people in the lineup. And, I'd always tell them, when the opportunity comes, you need to deliver. And they delivered today. So.
Speaking of your 2, that's Shanna Buford, a freshman who has really had no signs of any kind of adjustment period needed going from the high school level to play in Division I junior college softball. Had a grand slam today. That's obviously the highlight of the day. But in game 1, had a couple of hits. She's just getting on base and producing at that spot.
She's just really got a good eye for the ball. She hits the ball hard. She has, from our trips down south, she's really a good person to have in that spot, because if Peyton, she gets on base, we can do a lot of things, and we can hit and run with her, and I'm pretty confident she's going to put the ball in play. So it's one of those that if you got a runner in front of her, we can do a lot more. It doesn't hurt having a grand slam out of your number 2 spot. So yeah, she's pretty special hitter up there. And like you said, she's coming right out of high school and doesn't really miss anything with her bat. So. But that was shot. That was a shot. There was no doubt that ball was going.
It was a rocket, no doubt. One of the biggest, I thought, points in game 1 to mention was the 2-out hitting as well. Every coach talk about timely hitting, and I think of the 13 runs we factored that 7 of them came with 2 outs on the board. You do that most days, and you're going to come out on the winning side.
Exactly, and we talk a lot about it. Just because we have 2 outs, sometimes the hardest out's the third one, and there's no reason that we can't put the bat on the ball and continue to try to put runs on the board with 2 outs. And we did a great job of that. I would say the majority of the runs in that first game for sure was with 2 outs, So that just, talks a volume about them and about them saying, hey, we can still do this. We don't have to have 0 outs. We can still, drive in runs, and we just got to keep climbing and doing that and staying positive with it. So.
Offense stole the headlines on the day, of course, with the run production, but pitching-wise, we saw 3 Warriors out there in the circle today. Ashlyn Sheets gets the ball as the hometown kid in game 1, and had the slippery slope of the 5th inning there where their bats kind of got hot at the end, but otherwise was brilliant through the first 4. And then Olivia in game 2 here, obviously benefiting from the run production as well. And then Jordan finishes it off for us there through the 3 innings of relief work. What did you like from them today?
They're 3 sophomores. I think Olivia and Jordan, they struggled with some injuries last year, so I don't think they got a lot of reps. So they're almost like maybe freshmen kind of being out there. But they've got that year behind them and a year of experience. Again, something that we talk a lot about is, getting off to a good start, and both Olivia and Ashlyn got off to a good start. They come out, and we haven't had a problem doing that. we need to kind of tighten up mentally and get a part of this figured out of finishing. You know, like I told Ashley, okay, hey, yeah, we're up whatever it was, 11-0 or whatever it was at the time. It's 0-0 in my mind, right? You need to pitch like it's a 0-0 game, and you got to hold us at that point. I think, you know, when you get big runs and sometimes pitchers, I think just, okay, we'll get it back. You know, the offense will get it back. And that's a good feeling, but it's not always going to happen that way. And we saw it down on a trip where, you know, our bats were pretty silent, you know, but our pitching kept us right there. We ended up losing a tough one 2-0. No, and it wasn't, we didn't have runners out there, we didn't score. But better pitching today than we had last weekend. You know, so we made some big strides today. Jordan did nice. Just give a different look. You know, come in and give a different look with them coming around the third time. So, yeah, I was really pleased. I'd like to finish. I'd like to Ashland to finish it. And not rely that we come back in and get another, you know, 4 or 5 runs or whatever it was. So we got to work on that. But, you know, they pitched really well today, and they kept them off balance. And, yeah, we just got to keep getting stronger there.
And importantly, behind them, we played error-free softball today.
Exactly. And that's why I just told him. I said, this is one of the better days defensively we've had. And maybe it's home field. Maybe it's dirt because we've been playing a lot on turf, you know, and the ball's faster. But, yes, we played good defense. I told the pitchers, they come in, I say, hey, they're playing good defense behind you. There's no sense of trying to get real fine and think that the ball's got to be in a perfect place, you know. And so good combination. You know, we had some really solid pitching through 4 or 5 innings and good defense behind. So it was just a good day.
You guys were on the road for a very long time. Very, very long time.
I just came back in this after being gone 10 years, right? I told Kelsey, the AD, I don't think I've ridden that far in February at all. You know, I don't think I scheduled it to be on the road forever. You know, I mean, you end up in Texas, Waco, Texas, then down in Oxford, Alabama, and then down in, you know, wherever we were in Oklahoma, Warner, Oklahoma. I mean, so I told him, I said, ladies, the only thing we're missing today, you know, we got a sweep. We could load up on the bus and have a 5-hour ride home. You know, we'll be right up the alley with that. So
no, they got dirt work today. Working on the home field for sure. You had a week off before the game today. Last Saturday was the first time out. Now you're going to face another, not quite a week, but you're off till Saturday when you go back on the road. How much did that break help, and how much do you think this one maybe helps? I
think both. I think it's coming at the right time. You know, we got some injuries, some just little naggy things that we can try to heal up, you know, even though the weather, I told him the weather's going to be 75 tomorrow, but we're not going to practice because we got 4 days to get ready for Danville. And you just need to get back in, get to study table, and again, rest the body and help. So I think this was huge. You know, we took a couple days off last week, came back in. We didn't expect the winter storm we had on Wednesday, so we ended up not having school. And so that was another day, except they came in and did some hitting on their own. And then we practiced Thursday and Friday and a little bit yesterday. And so, yeah, I think it's sometimes after being on the road like that, there's a time that we just – the riding beats you up as much as the games. You know, so it's good timing. And, you know, to get another trip, another double hitter with Danville, and then it kind of starts picking up a little bit. So I think this is a good timing with 2 weeks to have a little breather.
Well, final thing, we were blessed with a beautiful day, as we already discussed. Great crowd on hand, too, for the home debut. I know that helped fuel the girls. Yeah, a lot. You know, we got great followers. You know, I mean, I can't say enough about ever since I've been here. We've, you know, parents and people from the community, they come out. We appreciate that. The girls appreciate it. And so, yeah, it's nice to see. You know, you're not seeing fans freezing in the in the bleachers. You know, it's nice to see them be able to sit back and relax and enjoy some good softball. So. Well, welcome back to RL Hellier Field. Congratulations on the 2 wins.
Thank you very much, and thank you guys for being here.
Absolutely. Warriors sweep it. They move to 9-11 overall on the season, headed to Danville coming up this Saturday, and then back here at home at the end of the month against North Central Missouri on a Thursday afternoon. For Coach Overturf, I'm Dwayne Cook. Thanks for watching our postgame on Go Hills TV, powered by JBS.